Hey, Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about the ideal length for a Kickstarter video. If you're putting together your Kickstarter video pitch, what should you keep in mind when it comes to that? And also, what is the ideal length for one of these to ensure the maximum completion rate, and also that people, when they get to the end of that they actually pledge to your Kickstarter campaign. Okay, so what is an ideal length? Like, what should you be considering here? One of the biggest things that I think is very difficult is writing a short letter. You know, Mark Twain has this famous saying that he didn't have enough time to write a short letter, meaning that it's easy to write a long letter. It's easy to make a long video. It's easier. It's simpler, right? Because you have so much stuff that you want to say, and you have so much things that you want to cram in. And naturally, I feel like most videos of the people that I coach end up being around 8 minutes long. And while they think it's exciting and awesome and they're so bought in, a lot of the times they haven't yet taken the time to put themselves in someone else's shoes. If you go on Kickstarter, it's going to vary based on the category, but most videos are going to be around the 3-minute mark. You know, 2.5 minutes to about 3.5 minutes is the sweet spot, I would say, with a Kickstarter video in terms of the length. Now, there are other examples out there. There are examples of campaigns that have 5-minute long videos, 4-minute long videos, and they've raised a bunch of money. So it can be very confusing because you come across a campaign that even has an 8-minute long video and you see it's raised, 6 figures, and you're like, see, I can do a long video too. But what you're also not taking into account is the community behind the project and also the various visual effects. So the name of the game is not how long should the video be and keeping it to a certain length. The name of the game is maintaining attention, right? And typically it's hard to maintain attention in the video format. Even with my videos, if I look at my YouTube statistics, I see that the majority of people are dropping off as they watch a video, and only the most committed people that really want to learn are the ones that are sticking around until the end of the video, and that's just natural. Now, I could spice up these videos, I could have visual effects and music and all these different things, but it also takes a lot of time to do that. So unless I'm doing a commercial, I'm probably not going to lean on doing that for the next foreseeable future. But when it comes to your video trying to sell something, you want that person to be emotionally primed at the end of the video, right? So the way we do that is things like having B-roll footage, having text appear on the screen, having little product call-outs to show different features, different angles of someone using the product, music possibly, voiceover. These are all ways that you maintain attention throughout the campaign pitch video, as well as storytelling to a degree. So when it comes to the video, what I usually say is, it's not necessarily you can't be long, but don't be boring, right? Don't have any kind of quiet moments where someone's attention is going to quickly fall off. You always want the emotion to be building up and up and up. And once it's reached its peak point, that's really when you want to end the video, because that's when someone's like, this is awesome, I want to support it, I want to buy it, I want to back it. Where do I go and do that? You don't want to lead them up to a peak point and then have it drop down and down and down and okay, that was interesting. You want to grab them at that peak emotional moment, because that's when they're going to be most likely to take action and actually support the campaign. So I would say if you're looking for a hard and fast rule, going over 3.5 minutes is usually difficult to do that. Now you can do it. You can do it with 4.5 minutes. You can sometimes do it with 5 minutes, but it's hard. It takes a lot more work. It takes a lot more planning. Just in terms of our own attention span, we have a very short attention span. So try and keep it around the 3-minute mark. Keep it short and snappy, and to lean on your actual campaign page for a lot of the explanation, because you look at most of these campaign pages on Kickstarter and they're very graphically rich. They're very visually well designed. They look freaking good. There's a theme to it, right? The goal with the video is just to arouse emotion and to do it very quickly, to get them interested, to spike their interest. And that's just the emotional side of the brain, right? People make decisions with emotion and they justify those decisions with their logical side of the brain. So someone who's really excited might just end up backing it. Another person who's really excited is gonna be like, okay, this is really cool. Let me look a little bit into this, right? So the emotional side of the brain is going crazy, but the logic side is wait, don't make a rash decision, learn more. So then they're going to go and scroll down the page They're going to learn a little bit more about what you're offering. Maybe they have some questions, and they're going to be sold on the product and the idea of using it by scrolling down the page. So the video is just there to quickly arouse emotion, give an idea of the high-level benefits, the promise, maybe a little bit of the functionality. The campaign page there is to support the actual decision-making for those people that aren't just going to make a very impromptu buying decision and need a little bit more information. That's really where that's going to happen. So you don't need to fit everything. You don't need to fit everything in your campaign page. And a lot of the times when I look at these 8-minute long videos, or that are some of them trying to help, they usually are trying to fit everything into that. They're trying to tell the story comprehensively. They're trying to go through all the functionality, all of the features, all of the iterations, and it's just too much. It's more than is necessary. So keep it short, keep it sweet. Don't shy away from creating a very long campaign page, because also the higher price the product, the more you're going to want to have space to sell that. And in addition, make sure that you create some really compelling rewards. I have some other great videos out there on how to do that. When it comes to this, if you would like any kind of help, number one, you can book a one-on-one coaching call with me. I'll share a link to do that down below. Number two, if you want to get access to some of my tips and advice and resources on a weekly basis, go and join my Crowdfunding Success Tips newsletter. Say that 3 times fast. Crowdfunding Success Tips newsletter, killer crowdfunding tips that I share on a weekly basis. I also have a free course out there on crowdfunding that I'll link up down below. I have the book, The Kickstarter Launch Formula. A lot of great stuff for you to begin and to get started. There's just one thing I'd like you to ponder now that we're sort of coming to the end of this video, and it's to think about the promise. Think about the big promise that you're making to your backers, because everything that you're doing is going to support that promise. The proof and the credibility, the functionality, it's all there to support the big promise. The clearer you can be about that promise, the easier your marketing is going to be. So my name is Salvador Briggman. Thank you for joining me on this video. Give me a thumbs up, come subscribe, and I'll see you next time.